Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 3rd. We're just going to jump right in here, Taurus, and we are going to see what is going on for you. You have this card that says the sacrifice you make today will be worth it. Now, with great awareness, you will find the answers you're looking for. So, we kind of like are in a time of sacrifice, but really it's not like a sacrifice. It's, more maybe like a sacrifice of your time that you have to invest to like get a business going or, something like that. Although, what I would say is that, Six of Swords is a pretty big sacrifice because Six of Swords, I always say that woman and the child in the boat there, they only have the clothing on their back. They have nothing else with them. So they're going across these choppy waters and they're completely starting from scratch, like on the other side. They are leaving everything behind them behind. They are basically putting their trust in the universe that if they move on from something, that they will find something great. So if you're thinking about moving on from something, could be anything. It could just be you moving as well. It doesn't, you have this house card here, which literally says relocation on it. So it could just be a move. It could be leaving a job and trying to go get something better. I wouldn't just quit a job right now, as I always say. I would make sure that you either get something lined up or you at least have at least 6 months of support, at least, if not more. So I wouldn't take like a crazy risk as far as a job is concerned, but, as long as you do that, you could be taking the risk to get something else and, you could be leaving something behind. You could also be leaving a past relationship behind. It's kind of like a weird feeling I get for some of you. I'm not calling you out here, Taurus, right? We've all done it, but I feel like, sometimes we leave a relationship and then we're looking back and we're like, okay, I'm really leaving now. It's like, I kind of get that feeling here where it's like, maybe you've been looking back at a person and so you're like, okay, I'm leaving. And there's like no response, that type of thing. Or I don't know. Something like that. Now I feel like you're kind of like fully releasing it and, having a new beginning. You end with Ace of Wands. So, definitely kind of like moving on to something greater. You have this come to the edge card. I mean, and again, if there was a card that represented the time that we're in, I'll show you at the end, but it would be that come to the edge card. And I really feel we have to take these risks. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a separation. So it doesn't surprise me that some of you could be separating away from someone who's very cold with this King of Swords. So it could just be a very cold person. It's kind of weird as well that I just intuitively, I feel if that part of the story is for you, it's already happened. It's already something that you have already experienced and, it's been over. But I just feel like you're surprised by how cold this person is, and I kind of get that. For others, again, the Five of Swords can represent winning at all costs, but to me, it is a card of taking a risk, like pushing yourself in that come to the edge card is like a card of pushing yourself to that point where you would normally give up and just seeing just what's a little bit further, right? Just giving something just a little bit extra of an effort where you would normally not do something, kind of facing just a tiny little bit of a fear, or, whatever the case may be. And I kind of feel like doing that is going to like open up the world to you is what I'm hearing. I'm surprised the world didn't show up in this reading, although it kind of did actually, because you have the Six of Wands, and on the Six of Wands, he has that wreath at the top of of his sixth wand that kind of looks like the wreath that's around the World card. So you kind of did, but kind of didn't. Now with the Six of Swords, yes, you are moving on from this person. I literally said that, so it doesn't surprise me. I feel like you're moving on from someone who's like cold as ice, or maybe they just were cold as ice in a connection. For others, this doesn't even have to be love. Like some of you, I do get something here about coldness, but I guess like a job could be cold as well. It's like it's just like a heartless corporation, right? Something that doesn't support you or support people that work for them or whatever. It's like you could just be leaving something cold behind is kind of what I'm getting. This is going to lead to quick success. You have the Five of Swords. Like if you're standing at the edge, wondering, do I make this change? Do I not make this change? Do it. Eight of Wands is literally a quick success. And sometimes I think people hold on to things and they don't realize how what they're about to grab onto is actually going to happen much faster, or it's going to be, something that leads to, rapid success. I think it's, one of my favorite people of all time, Kyle Cease. I think he has a story where it's like he was doing comedy and then he, decided that he wanted to be kind of like start talking about transformation and things like that. And so he just stopped doing comedy and he started reaching out to colleges and he filled up his calendar faster than he could blink an eye, basically, right? I don't remember the whole story, but you can find it. It's on YouTube. And, the point is again, I feel like, that's one of my favorite stories from him. And it's because, I think that, so many people do that, where it's like they hold on to something over here so tightly that they just don't realize that there's something so much easier behind them or, somewhere else, right? And they don't realize how quickly it's going to move because it's the right thing to do. With the King of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth. And it's also my card of like, what are you waiting for? So, definitely time for you to make some sort of move here towards something greater is really what I'm getting out of this reading. Next in the area, what you need to hear right now, you have this privileged lady card and this child card. Again, there have been a lot of these weird children cards, by the way. So if you're not trying to get pregnant, I would definitely be careful. It seems to be a very fertile time. Obviously, if you're too old to get pregnant, this isn't for you. But for the most part, I think this is more talking about like a birth, you being reborn or going through a rebirth into something new. And again, I've just noticed the energy across a bunch of readings that it's more of this like idea of jumping into a new world or doing something new. So it seems to be like, kind of like a collective energy, and I feel like it's going to be a place of privilege. It's going to be like you are going to feel successful and abundant if you make this change. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. It's like some of you, I see that you are like holding on to something that makes you very tired, and you also are like juggling something else that you really want to do. Could be like a side hustle, side business, whatever. And it's like once you take your energy from whatever you're holding on to and bring it over here, again, I feel like things are going to move forward very quickly. So if you have a side hustle, side business, if you're thinking about doubling down on it, I think now is the time. And it might be worth eating peanut butter and jelly for a few months, right? If you have to save some money so that you can build it up, right? It might be worth the sacrifice. You have that sacrifice card, and it says whatever it says. I can't read it now. It says the sacrifices you make today will be worth it, right? So I think it would be totally worth it, and it's an awesome story as well, having to do that. So if you're then obviously that's not going to be true for all of you, but if you're thinking about doing it, I think it would be worth it. You have the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something will be successful, you'll be successful. Again, I'm not a huge Tony Robbins fan, but one thing that I love about Tony Robbins is he constantly talks about burning your boats, right? It's like, if you want to be successful, he says you have to burn your boats. Basically, if you want to take an island, you have to burn the boats, meaning that the only way for success is to, conquer an island, basically. And if there's something that you want to do, sometimes, again, removing all those things that you think keep you safe and making the 100% commitment, that's how I look at the Seven of Wands. That's how you truly become successful. And so that's what I would do here. So there you go. I would just make the commitment. You have the Eight of Wands. Once you make the commitment, again, you have the Eight of Wands. I feel like your success is going to come in, hot and heavy. It's going to come in quickly. And, I feel there's just going to be a lot of abundance for you if you kind of like put in the work to make this happen. For some of you, again, this could be a relationship. It's like you're cutting something toxic out, and the universe is like, well, they listened, so here's something much better. Let's see. With the Two of Pentacles, yes, King of Cups. Definitely could be someone. Look at the difference here is enormous. Cold is ice and water, so not ice, right? With the King of Cups, if you're looking for love, there could be someone very, like, much more nurturing, caring, open. Someone who listens. Definitely a much better connection coming in for you if you're looking for love. And again, even if you're not looking for love, this could just be something that supports you. The King of Cups is supported in the choppy waters. On a traditional King of Cups, he's sitting in the middle of the ocean and the waters are very choppy around him, but he's perfectly fine. That's the whole point of the card, is that it doesn't matter. So again, if you're leaving a job and going to another one, it's probably going to be, no matter what's going on, could be more supportive. And we're in kind of some choppy waters right now. If you're starting a business, same thing. You might be starting something that is able to support you during the choppy times that we're in. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. I definitely encourage people to open up to teamwork. Again, you can't do everything on your own, and I'm sure there are 1.5 million things that you don't know. So if you're like building a business or doing anything, make sure that you are kind of tapping into your resources. This could be other people, friends, mentors, all those things. It's just going to lead to success, about 900 times faster. And, like I said, and I'm one of those people. I used to never like working with people, but I totally have changed that over the past 4 years, really working on doing it. So I get it if you don't like it, but at the same time, you're just holding yourself back like crazy, right? So don't be afraid to like work with other people. Yes, with the Eight of Wands, you have the Three Cups. Same thing. Three Cups is also a card of teamwork. So clearly, teamwork makes the dream work for you. I think this is true for all Earth signs. It's funny because I say it all the time to Capricorn, and you have Capricorn right here with the Devil. But what I would say is, the Eight of Wands is my card of socializing. Three of Cups is a card of community and working together with the community. You have the Six of Wands as well. These people are cheering him on. So it's like maybe you just need support, right? Maybe you just need, someone who kind of like can support you and push you forward. It's, I recently joined a group and, it's kind of like a coaching thing that I've joined, and I've gotten so much done because of this group. And it's like, I know pretty much everything that they're teaching in the group, but it's like, it's the support and the feedback that has really, it's kind of given me a new level of confidence, right? To just being in this group and just having people be like, yes, this is good. I know that sounds stupid, but to me, it's invaluable, right? And I kind of get that here where it's like if you're working on something or building a business, I think even just having a friend who's like, yes, this is a good idea. It's like, I think a lot of the times it's like we know that something is a good idea, but we just doubt ourselves. And then having a person who's like, yes, this is a good idea, keep going, it's like that can be invaluable. So I feel for some of you, like finding good supportive people could be just really, really good for you, plain and simple. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this whale. It says Wisdom Keeper. You have this house card. It says relocation home. That would not surprise me if you, unexpectedly moved at some point in the future. I've been saying this to you for years now. Uranus and Taurus. It won't be like unexpected, but just maybe if you go back 5 years and you kind of look at yourself, you probably 5 years ago would have said, "There's no way in hell I'm moving." But like now you are, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Unexpected. I don't think it's like totally unexpected, but maybe if someone told you 2 or 3 years ago, you'd be like, hell no, I'm staying right where I am. So, it's kind of more that feeling that I get here if you are relocating. For others, by the way, I don't really see anything unexpected here. You have the Justice card, the Devil, and the Page of Swords. I do feel, by the way, that for like a small percentage of you, if someone did you dirty, that, there could be some, like an apology coming in here, and it is maybe a little unexpected, because again, maybe this person is cold as ice with that, King of Swords twice showing up here. And it's funny that you have the Page of Swords here, because that could say that they're coming in kind of like childlike, they're coming in maybe on bended knee or something like that. But, I would say that you're more focused on the new. You have the Ace of Wands in the next row. You have the Five of Wands as well. And even though this row represents the good stuff, it's like, I feel the Five of Wands is saying you are wanting to avoid conflict at all cost. So I don't think you're open to it just in general. But again, it is interesting. And again, some of you could be getting, it's like, it could just be like, I kind of, not justice, but justification. Like I have that word popping into my head. So they could be justifying things, but I also feel like you feel justified in walking away just in general. Like maybe they broke up with you or whatever, but still, I think, you kind of feel justified and maybe you blocked them or something like that, right? And I don't know. There you go. Whatever. You have this Devil card here. So again, I feel like they're just an energy vampire. I would avoid that at all cost. I do also feel that there could be a Capricorn coming in for some of you. And if they're a Capricorn and if they are a positive person, then I feel like this is a good person. I also feel very specifically this, like saying this person is not a coward. Maybe your last person, it's like, I'm not saying they were a horrible person, obviously for some of you, but maybe for others, maybe they were just like afraid of everything and like a total coward. I feel like this person's like a good type of risk taker. Like they say they want to do something, they do it. They don't, it's like there's no real hesitation or anything like that. And again, I feel like this person, again, if this person is a positive person coming in, I feel like they have super, like one thing that's standing out to me in my head is that they have just super healthy habits in general, in every area of their life. I'm not saying they're perfect. I don't think anyone is perfect. We all do stupid stuff all the time. But, what I would say here is that I feel like they have healthier kind of ideas and habits. You have the Page of Swords. I do feel like someone has their eye on you here. For others, I'm getting something about seeing a person once or something. I don't know. I have like weird words popping into my head here. Like maybe you saw a person in public like once and you run into them again or something like that. I don't know. It's like some sort of weird thing like that. So if you're looking for love, there you go. I'm also getting something here. I'm getting a million things on this Page of Swords. If you are thinking about starting like a new business, I think the money is going to be in the research for you, I'm hearing. So it's like, if you're like starting a side hustle or whatever, like do as much research as you possibly can. With the Justice card, you have the King of Wands. Yes, we almost have all four kings. The King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, sticking up for yourself, and I kind of feel like that's what you're doing, is you're just like sticking up for yourself here. I also feel, I'm pretty sure I said to you in your July reading or your next 3-month reading, I don't remember which one it was, I'm pretty sure it was you, where I said that you're increasing your confidence, and I really see you doing that. I feel a lot of you, if you're not, I would start working on your confidence. With the Devil, you have the Five of Wands. Yes, like I said earlier, I feel right there that you are trying your best to avoid conflict just in general. It's like you want more peace in life. I feel like that's true for everyone, but you can say that, but I feel like you need to like make sure. With the Page of Swords, you have the Two of Swords. Yes, it's funny I use the word coward. The Two of Swords is not about a coward, but it is about a person who's indecisive, right? So maybe this past person was super indecisive, couldn't make a decision, and you're just moving on to something else. Finally, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Come to the Edge card and this Exchange Gifts card. The Come to the Edge card, again, is about pushing yourself to that point where you would normally give up. And, I feel like that's where your treasure is, basically. I feel like this Exchange Gifts card is saying that, pushing yourself outside of comfort zones is where your treasure is going to be. Pretty simple message. That's really all I'm getting. You have the Six of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So, again, I feel like there are people who want to lift you up, or there is information that will lift you up. So again, if you're learning from other people, if you're educating yourself in business, in your career, I feel like there's success coming in for you. But I really just see you being a great success or finding great success in your life, and really feeling like you're victorious. It's definitely been a battle. Again, the story of the Six of Wands is that he has been to war, right here. Five of Wands. So, he's been through a battle, and now he's coming home and he's being celebrated. So, I feel you've been through a battle and it's like you've overcome it. Five of Wands in the area of the good stuff would represent, I call this card Indiana Jones. And again, it is a card of like exploring something crazy, like, Indiana Jones. If you haven't seen the movies, he goes through like crazy temples to find treasure. And, it's a card of finding your treasure. So, I think the Come to the Edge card and that Exchange Gifts card make perfect sense in your reading. And finally, you have the Ace of Wands. Definitely a very passionate new beginning coming in for you. If you're looking for love, I feel there could be just like a super passionate person. I feel like they are super passionate, both in love, but also I think that's something that will probably stand out to you is that they have like, passions, other than you. I feel like they're passionate about you, but I also think they have their own life. Like they're passionate about hobbies or, their business or whatever it is they do. So there's like, this person has great depth. And the thing about the King of Cups is usually the King of Cups type people have great depth. And again, it could be any sign. It doesn't have to be a water sign. With the Six of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Here you go. Are you kidding? So definitely divine counterparts right here. Very loving connection. Like I said, I feel like there's great depth here. I feel like you're going to feel lucky to be with this person with the Six of Wands as well. So definitely a solid connection. With the Five of Wands, you have the Star. Yeah, the Star, sorry, I thought it switched, it didn't. The Star is about having like a North Star, having a guiding light, having something that motivates you to success. And it's also a card of like wish fulfillment. So I would make a wish at this time. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Page of Swords. Yes, again, there's something that you would be very passionate about, but you have to do your research. Again, I think that we're in a time of passion where the universe wants us to be more passionate. It's just that simple. Wants us to, bring more love into the world. If we're doing something that we are passionate about, then we are, bringing the energy of love into the world. Like it could be a project that you love. It could be a business that you love. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. But I would be creating something, if I were you here, because I just feel like it's what the universe wants. The universe wants you to create something amazing. And it could be a little bit of an adventure, whatever it is. So, there you go. That's what I get for you. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this January card, and this man card says dealings or relationships with a man. You could have met a person back in January, the month of January. I also feel that this could be, this could be a person who's born in January as well. So that could be a clue. And it could be any gender, by the way. I don't attach gender in these general readings. You have this Flute card. It says disappointment in a friend or a lover, this cold-ass person that I'm getting here with the King of Swords. So, again, it could be a friend as well for some of you that you're like, maybe you're moving away from someone who's like cold as ice or who just doesn't, maybe they're just not a warm person. And it's like that. And again, this could also be a situation, I feel, as well, like a job where it's like there's no heart and soul behind it. I feel like you're looking for something warmer, a warmer situation. And that's what I get here. You have this butterfly. It says a change for the better. I mean, the whole entire reading is about some sort of change for the better. Really, this is just a Six of Swords reading. It's like about going across the choppy waters to get to your reward, or to get to something much more fulfilling or happy. And again, even next, you have this opportunity card. And so it says, opportunities are waiting for you. I just feel like you have to step through the doorway. And, stepping through the doorway, you are going to discover this door by coming to the edge, by, taking that one step a little bit farther, towards something than you normally would. Like if you normally give up on a project after working on it for 2 days, give it a week, right? If you normally, are kind of, get to a certain point in a relationship, as long as it's a positive relationship, can you push it past that point, right? And I feel like that's what this is saying. Finally, you have this seahorse. It says family matters. Every single person has had some sort of family card, so it could just be a time of family. It seems positive. It seems to me like the messages surrounding family have been much more towards the positive, so I do like to see that. But this looks like a pretty good reading here, Taurus. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.